Hello, Jack and Peter. I'm so excited to have this conversation about work with you. I work as a marketing manager at a tech company, and I absolutely love it. I get to work on creative campaigns and collaborate with a talented team. However, there are times when the workload can be overwhelming and it can be difficult to maintain a work-life balance.
Hey, Sarah and Peter. I work as a civil engineer for a construction firm, and I find my job both challenging and rewarding. I get to work on large-scale projects and see the tangible results of my work. However, the nature of the industry can be quite stressful, and I have to be able to work well under pressure.
Hey, guys, I'm a freelance writer, and I really enjoy the freedom and creativity that comes with my job. I get to work on a variety of projects and write about different topics. However, it can be difficult to find consistent work, and I have to be disciplined with my time management.
It's great to hear about your jobs, Jack and Peter. What is your dream job?
My dream job would be to work as an urban planner. I've always been interested in how cities are designed and how they function. So being able to help shape and improve communities would be very fulfilling for me.
My dream job would be to work as a travel writer. I love exploring new places and cultures, and I think it would be amazing to be able to share those experiences with others through my writing.
Those are both great aspirations. In our city, I've noticed that the tech industry is quite prevalent. What about in your areas?
In my area, construction and engineering are very common. There are always new buildings, roads, and infrastructure projects being planned and executed.
Writing and media are quite common in my area, but there's also a growing interest in sustainable agriculture and farming.
It's interesting to see how different industries thrive in different areas. What work did you do?
I work as a civil engineer, as I mentioned earlier. I've been in this industry for several years now, and I've worked on a variety of projects, from designing bridges to overseeing construction sites.
As a freelance writer, I get to work on a variety of projects for different clients. I've written everything from travel articles to product descriptions for e-commerce websites.
I work as a marketing manager for a tech company, as I mentioned earlier. I've been in the industry for a few years now, and I've worked on campaigns for everything from software products to healthcare services.
Do you enjoy your job, Sarah?
Yes, I really do. I love being able to use my creativity to come up with innovative marketing ideas, and I enjoy collaborating with my team.
I can relate to that. As a freelance writer, I enjoy being able to use my creativity and write about a variety of topics.
What about you, Peter? Do you enjoy being a freelance writer?
Yes, I do. I love being able to work from anywhere and take on projects that interest me. However, it can be challenging to find consistent work and build up a client base.
I can imagine. Do you have any tips for managing your workload and finding new clients, Peter?
Definitely. It's important to be organized and manage your time effectively, and to make sure you're marketing yourself and your work effectively to potential clients.
That's great advice, Peter. In my industry, it's important to be able to work well under pressure and manage tight deadlines. It can be stressful at times, but it's also very rewarding to see a project through to completion.
I agree. In the marketing industry, it's also important to be able to adapt quickly to changing trends and technologies. It can be challenging, but it keeps the work interesting and dynamic.
That's very true. As a freelance writer, I also have to be able to adapt to different clients and writing styles. It keeps things interesting, but it can also be a bit challenging at times.
What do you think, Sarah, about the general view of work in our society?
I think that work is viewed differently by different people. Some see it as a necessary chore, while others see it as a way to pursue their passions and make a difference in the world.
I agree. I think that work can be both fulfilling and challenging, but it's important to find a balance between work and other aspects of life.
I think that work is an important part of our lives, but it's also important to prioritize other things, like family, friends, and hobbies.
I couldn't agree more. It's all about finding that balance and making sure that work doesn't take over our lives completely.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, work is just one part of who we are as individuals, and it's important to remember that.
What are some of the challenges you've faced in your respective careers?
One of the biggest challenges I've faced is managing a team with different personalities and work styles. It takes a lot of communication and collaboration to make sure everyone is working together effectively.
For me, one of the biggest challenges has been finding consistent work and building up a client base. It takes a lot of hustle and persistence to make it as a freelance writer.
I can relate to that. In my industry, there are often unexpected challenges that come up during a project, and you have to be able to adapt quickly to keep things on track.
That's very true. In the marketing industry, there are also unexpected challenges that come up, like sudden changes in a client's needs or budget.
It sounds like adaptability is key in all of our industries.
Definitely. And it's also important to be able to work well with others and communicate effectively.
That's very true. In my industry, collaboration is key to success.
I agree. As a freelance writer, I have to be able to communicate effectively with my clients and understand their needs and expectations.
What are some of the things you enjoy most about your respective jobs?
I enjoy the creativity involved in my job, and being able to come up with innovative marketing ideas. I also enjoy working with a talented team and seeing the results of our hard work.
For me, I enjoy the freedom and flexibility that comes with being a freelance writer. I also enjoy being able to pursue my passion for writing and explore different topics and industries.
What about you, Peter?
I enjoy being able to work from anywhere and take on projects that interest me. I also enjoy the creative aspect of writing and being able to share my experiences and insights with others.
It's great to hear about what you all enjoy about your jobs. I think it's important to find fulfillment and enjoyment in our work, as we spend so much time on it. What are some of the things you would change about your jobs, if you could?
One thing I would change is the amount of bureaucracy involved in my industry. There are often a lot of regulations and red tape to navigate, which can be frustrating at times.
For me, I would like to have more consistent work and a steadier income. Freelancing can be unpredictable, and it can be difficult to plan for the future.
I would like to have more opportunities for professional development and learning. I think it's important to continue growing and developing in our careers.
That's a great point, Sarah. Continuing to learn and improve is crucial in any industry.
I agree. In my industry, it's also important to stay up to date on new technologies and trends in writing and media.
What do you think about the idea of a work-life balance? Do you think it's achievable?
I think it's definitely achievable, but it takes a lot of effort and discipline to maintain. It's important to prioritize self-care and make time for hobbies and other activities outside of work.
I agree. As a freelancer, it can be especially challenging to maintain a work-life balance, as work and personal life can blur together. But it's important to set boundaries and make time for other things.
I think it's all about finding a balance that works for each individual. Some people may be able to work longer hours and still feel fulfilled, while others may prioritize other aspects of life more.
That's a great point, Sarah. It's important to find what works best for you and your own personal values.
I agree. Everyone's definition of work-life balance may be different, and it's important to respect and support each other's choices.
What advice would you give to someone just starting out in your industry?
I would advise them to be curious and never stop learning. There's always something new to learn in the engineering and construction industries, and staying up to date on new technologies and trends is crucial.
For someone starting out in freelance writing, I would advise them to be persistent and patient. Building up a client base and finding consistent work takes time and effort, but it can be very rewarding in the long run.
For someone starting out in marketing, I would advise them to stay creative and always be willing to think outside the box. The industry is constantly changing, and it's important to stay innovative and adaptable.
That's great advice, Sarah. Being adaptable and willing to learn is crucial in any industry.
I agree. It's also important to network and build relationships with others in your industry. You never know where your next opportunity may come from.
Those are all great points. Networking and building relationships is crucial in any industry.
What are some of the trends or changes you've noticed in your respective industries?
In the media and writing industries, I've noticed a trend towards more niche and specialized content. There's a growing demand for high-quality content that caters to specific audiences.
In the tech industry, there's a growing focus on sustainability and ethical practices. Companies are increasingly aware of their impact on the environment and society, and are taking steps to address these issues.
In the engineering and construction industries, there's a trend towards digitization and automation. Many companies are using new technologies like 3D printing and robotics to streamline processes and increase efficiency.
I think it's interesting how different industries are evolving and adapting to new trends and challenges. It's important to stay aware of these changes and be willing to adapt.
I agree. It's exciting to see how industries are changing and growing, and it's important to stay informed and keep learning.
I think that's a great note to end on. It's been great discussing our different industries and perspectives, and I appreciate the insights and advice from both of you.
Yes, it's been a great conversation. I always enjoy hearing from others in different industries and learning from their experiences.
Agreed. It's always interesting to hear different perspectives on work and career, and I think we covered a lot of important topics today.